Hi everybody, it's Miss Kristy and it's story time. Today I'm going to be sitting outside because it's a gorgeous day. Feel free to go sit outside with me and listen to the book, sit inside, sit in your nice cozy bed, whatever you feel like. Today we're going to read a story about a police officer and his dog. The police officer's name is Officer Buckle. His dog's name is Gloria. Before we start our story, what do police officers do? Well, they keep us safe. That's awesome. Police officers are somebody you can trust. If you get lost, you can go find a police officer to help you find your mom or your dad or your grandparents. Most of the time, police officers wear the bright blue uniform and they have a hat, and usually they're going to have a badge. This is a great way to make sure that they actually are a police officer. This police officer knows lots of safety tips that we're going to talk about today, okay? So let me get my glasses on so I can read the words in the book and look at all the cool pictures that Peggy has in her book. They're really cool pictures. Peggy right here is the author. She's the one who wrote the book, Officer Buckle and Gloria. Okay, here we go. Da-da-da. Officer Buckle and Gloria by Peggy Rathman. Officer Buckle knew more safety tips than anyone else in Knappville. Every time he thought of a new one, he thumbtacked it to his bulletin board. Safety tip number 77, never stand on a swivel chair. We have those at the clinic, don't we, kids? We like to spin around and push ourselves down the hallway. Lots of fun, but never stand on it because it will fall over, just like Officer Buckle did when he was thumbtacking this safety tip up. Officer Buckle shared his safety tips with the students at Knappville School. Nobody ever listened. Sometimes there was even snoring. They were all falling asleep. Afterwards, it was business as usual for the police officer. Miss Tupple, the principal, took down the welcome banner. Never stand on a swivel chair, said Officer Buckle, but Miss Tupple did not hear him. Then one day, Knappville's police department bought a police dog. Look at the dog right there. Her name was Gloria. When it was time for Officer Buckle to give the safety speech at the school, Gloria went along. Children, this is Gloria, announced Officer Buckle. Gloria obeys my commands. Gloria, sit. And Gloria sat. Officer Buckle gave safety tip number 1. Can everybody show me number 1? 1. He's got lots of safety tips. This is number 1. Keep your shoelaces tied. The children sat up and stared. Why do you think all the children are watching Officer Buckle now? Look at Gloria in the background. She's showing us number 1. Is that silly? The dog is showing us number 1. Officer Buckle checked to see if Gloria was sitting at attention. She was. Safety tip number 2. 1, 2, said Officer Buckle. Always wipe up spills before someone slips and falls. The children's eyes popped. Oh, look at the dog, Gloria. She's standing on her head. Isn't that silly? But what happens when Officer Buckle checks on Gloria. She's sitting at attention. Good dog, he said. Officer Buckle thought of a safety tip he had discovered this morning. Never leave a thumbtack where you might sit down. The audience roared. Gloria's acting like she sat on a thumbtack and jumped up. Officer Buckle grinned. He said the rest of his tips with plenty of expression. The children clapped their hands and cheered. Some of them even started crying. Officer Buckle was surprised. He had never noticed how funny safety tips could be. After this safety speech, there wasn't a single accident because all the children were listening today. The next day, an enormous envelope arrived at the police station. It was stuffed with thank you notes from the students at Napville. Look at all those notes that the students sent Officer. Every letter had a drawing on it of Gloria. Officer Buckle thought the drawing showed a lot of imagination. These are all the things that the dog was doing, aren't they? His favorite letter was written on a star-shaped piece of paper. Look at the star. It said, "You and Gloria make a good team. Your friend Claire. P.S. I always wear a crash helmet. Safety tip number 7. Officer Buckle was thumbtacking Claire's letter to his bulletin board when the phone started ringing. Grade schools, high schools, and daycare centers were calling about the safety tips. Officer Buckle, they said, our students want to hear your safety tips. And please bring that police dog, Gloria. Officer Buckle thought his safety tips. He took them to 313 schools. That is a lot of schools. Look at that number, 313. 313 schools. Everywhere he and Gloria went, children sat and listened. After every speech, Officer Buckle took Gloria for ice cream. Officer Buckle loved having a buddy. Then one day, a television news team videotaped Officer Buckle in the State College auditorium. He went all the way to the college to give his safety speeches. Look how many people are watching him and Gloria. When he finished safety tip number 99, do not go swimming during an electrical storm. The students jumped to their feet and applauded. Bravo, bravo. Applauding means clapping. You're happy, you're excited, you're letting the person on the stage know what a great job they did. They all cheered. Officer Buckle bowed again and again. That night, Officer Buckle watched himself on the 10 o'clock news. Do you see the TV right here? Well, Officer Buckle has a mirror behind him, and you can see what he sees in the mirror on the TV. He sees the dog doing crazy, silly things. He's surprised. The next day, the principal of Napville School telephoned the police station. Good morning, Officer Buckle. It's time for our safety speech. Officer Buckle frowned. Why do you think he frowned? I'm not giving any more speeches. Nobody likes to look at me anyways. Oh, said Miss Tupple. Well, how about you send Gloria? Could she come? Someone else from the police station gave Gloria the dog a ride to the school. Gloria sat on stage looking lonely. Then she fell asleep. So did the audience. After Gloria left, Knappville School had its biggest accident ever. Oh no! Whoa, look at that. All the kids, the teacher. What was she doing? Standing on a swivel chair. The hammer went flying. The banner fell down. It started with a puddle of pudding. Look at the pudding down here. Then splat, splatter, splush. Everyone slid smack into Miss Tupple, who screamed and let go of her hammer. Look at that. Oh no, I hope everyone's okay. The next morning, a pile of letters arrived at the police station. Every letter had a drawing of the accident. Officer Buckle was shocked. At the bottom of the pile was one note on a paper star. Officer Buckle smiled. Why did he smile? He smiled because the note read, Gloria missed you yesterday. Your friend Claire. P.S. Don't worry, I was wearing my safety helmet, tip number 7. That's right, tip number 7. Wear your safety helmet. Gloria's happy now. Look, she's back with Officer Buckle. Gloria gave Officer Buckle a big kiss on the nose. Officer Buckle gave Gloria a nice pat on the back. Then Officer Buckle thought of his best safety tip yet. What do you think it's gonna be? Oh, I love this safety tip. This is a great one for you guys. Look. Always stick with your buddy. Safety tip number 101. Always stick with your buddy. This is awesome. Look, everyone's happy again because the team is back together. These are all the safety tips. You want to see? Look at Gloria doing all the silly things. Loud music. Shock! In the bathtub. Sitting on a thumbtack. That was our story of Officer Buckle and Gloria. Silly story. I hope you guys learned some safety tips. Had some cool ones in there. We can talk about some more of those once we get back to the clinic. Maybe we can read the story again and come up with some of our own safety tips for in the clinic. Now, one of the safety tips I want to talk about that's really important right now is to wash your hands. Wash, wash, wash. Keep your hands clean. One thing that I like to teach everybody is to wash your hands and sing the alphabet. The entire time you're washing your hands, just A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S. Get in between those fingers. Get on the top of your hands. You can even get your wrists while you're washing them. Get lots of bubbles, then rinse off with some warm water. By the time you finish the alphabet, now I know my ABCs. Next time, won't you sing with me? Your hands should be nice and clean. No more germs. Remember to do that often. Before you eat, after you eat, when you go outside, when you come back inside from being outside and playing, make sure you wash your hands before you touch anything, okay? Hope you guys enjoyed today's story, and we will see you later. Bye, guys.